Look, for context, Thragg is like the strongest of the Viltrumites. If you've been watching Invincible, you already know all that. He's pretty good. He's solid. He's like you fight against them, and then you're like, gosh dang it. Where did my innards go? Where is I used to have intestines, and now they're all over space and stuff. I am going specifically off of DCU. Like, James Gunn's DCU. I need to get that right out of the way. And that is a limited group of characters. Small handful of media to pick from here. I did that on purpose. This is very purposeful to choose from that specific grouping. Not just that specific grouping, but what we've seen of them in this media so far.
Welcome to the channel.
Let me kind of go over what each of the tiers mean. I mean, you kind of get the gist of it, I'm sure. I'm going for, like, S is like, okay, that person is they're gonna beat Thragg. They're gonna win. They, they totally get out in one piece. In my opinion, A is like, they win, but there is gonna be some, like, Invincible kind of shenanigans where they're not leaving that in one piece. You know, there's some some particles flying around in space of them, and like they're really struggling, but they made it out alive, and they technically won, but oh boy, are they in bad shape. Everything below A, they're dead, but like B, maybe they put up a better fight, you know. Okay, Superman, it doesn't really matter whether Superman is from DCU or where he's going or what he's in. Superman. He's S tier. He's gonna beat Thragg. Engineer. The only way that Engineer was ever really any threat to Superman in the 2025 movie was because Superman had a clone of himself also fighting him. Like, if it was just Superman versus the Engineer, I don't think she would be faring near as well. She did have that one trick where she covered his eyes and his lungs in like the nanites. I even in that movie where it was her versus Superman, it didn't work then, so I don't know why it would work in a battle against Thragg. So I think that I'm putting her C tier, and even that might be a little generous, so that's her placement. Okay, so I thought about this one pretty hard. Next is Metamorpho. We see that he can do liquid, solid, and gas states. In a straight fight, up close, I think Thragg is gonna just destroy him. But here's the catch. If he can turn himself into the virus that wiped out all those Viltrumites, if he can do that, I mean, he would have to know how or what that compound is like made of, but if he can do that and he does it like fast enough to where he gets it in Thragg's lungs, then that's some S tier material. I think he would actually be top tier, but if he can't, then that's like, he's D tier. Like, he's gonna be out so fast. This is pretty big toss up, to be honest. Well, I mean, he's potentially maybe one of the most dangerous people on the entire list, because he could, like, potentially just, like, one shot, like Thragg. Or, because he's, like, chemical warfare. Or he might get one shot himself if Thagg's fast enough and can just destroy him. It's either D or S. He's somewhere on there. I put an asterisk with him. I really like the movie Blue Beetle. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the character was a lot of fun. That guy's gonna get ripped. He's gonna get destroyed. He's gonna get literally pulled apart into two pieces. He's gonna be so dead. I'm gonna give him that he will put up way more of a fight than any of the people in like the F tier or D tier levels. I'll give him C tier. He'll do something. Not a lot. He's going down. He's going down. I think Vigilante does have more powers than Peacemaker. Like, Peacemaker is like good at killing, but I think Vigilante has some healing abilities. There's not enough healing there. It's not like he's like Deadpool or anything, or Wolverine. Anyone who's like a human level, because he's still basically just a human. Characters that are basically just humans are just gonna get shredded. They're gonna get like ripped like wet toilet paper, you know. That's F tier. That's straight up. He's dead before he ever gets to do anything. Okay, so Lobo. But if we're going off of what Lobo can do, he can pretty much come back from anything. He's like really brutal, like Battle Beast, and like he's strong. He usually fights with Superman, so I'm putting him in the S tier area because he's in that kind of range. I don't know what they've done with him in the movie, but that's just my knowledge of the character. Next is Peacemaker, and I put him in at F tier. I love Peacemaker, but I think that guy is like losing to depression, so he is definitely going to lose a fight to Thragg. Like, if guns can kill you, then you're definitely going to lose to basically any type of Superman type being. Alright, so this one is pretty interesting. Here's my take on Guy Gardner, okay? Any of the other Lanterns, I'd be putting them pretty high on the list. I'd be putting them like A tier, B to A tier. Either they're putting up a fight or they're gonna win. It'll be struggle, but they're gonna win. Like Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. They're gonna. But we haven't seen those guys, right? We have that show. It's coming out soon, but it hasn't yet. So, point being, Guy Gardner, in my opinion, is going all the way down to C tier just because his ego is gonna, like, it is really gonna work against him. Like, I think that any of these guys could really get shook and, like, shocked by how powerful Thragg would be. But like someone that is so either braggadocious or overconfident as Guy Gardner, this would be the thing that completely turns the tables. It would completely change the tide and make him go from a competent and like actually decent opponent to someone who literally cannot hold their own in the battle. Supergirl's basically just Superman again, but she's less experienced. So I think she's A tier. She's like good. She's gonna walk away alive. but I don't know if she's walking away in one piece. You know, this is going to be like a full Robert Kirkman style bloody limbs kind of a situation where she is gonna have a destructive battle, similar level to Clark, but she's less experienced. She has less like battle knowledge. This is Hawk Girl. So if we're talking specifically from the DCU, there's not a whole ton to go on. And she's more like aggressive. We've seen from like the 2025 movie, she was more aggressive than Clark, which might work in her favor. But I still gotta go like B tier. Like, no one from the Justice Gang is really gonna stand up for that long, in my opinion, to Thragg. I mean, it's just this is one of those situations where maybe she puts a scratch on him or something, but yeah, B tier. Okay, I'm including the Suicide Squad from James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I need to reiterate at this point that this is from the movies. Like, Harley Quinn is just like a person that's crazy. Like, these are just like, it's crazy how many of Batman's like villains are just like regular dudes. Anyways, F tier is what I'm getting at. Suicide Squad dies immediately. Or D tier, maybe, if they're all working together. I'll give them D tier. Okay, so Creature Commandos, I'll have them as a team like I did for the Suicide Squad. They do have more characters that have like abilities, but it's still not enough. Like, they're still gonna be D tier. They're still getting wiped out so fast. Like, so fast. Mr. Terrific. If I'm being totally honest, this character was not even on my radar until the Superman movie from 2025. He's super cool. Super cool what they did with him in the movie. Made him like a pretty prominent character. He mostly like seems more like strategic, and they did show that he can handle himself in like a fight, but like I'm gonna put him B tier, but that I feel like is even pretty generous. I don't think he's gonna last long, because like once Thragg closes that gap, like I don't think his little chair thing is gonna move very fast, and we've seen that Thragg can go super fast, and like it's really not gonna be a good deal for him in any way. I just can't see any possibility where he's not getting like demolished like very, very quickly. At the end of the day, there's only a few characters on the list who really give Thragg a genuine problem. Superman, obviously. The surprise one for me was Metamorpho. Like when I thought about that, what sparked that idea was like the thing that he did inside the Superman movie. I was like, is there anything like that for Viltrumites? And then I did in the movie where he turns into like a gas, he turns into liquids. So he can do that kind of stuff in this version of the world. So that's very, very like debatable. But I mean, Lobo, since you can't really kill him, anyone else I see being really either badly injured or dead. But hey, if you don't agree, just let me know.
If you could like and subscribe, it really helps out.